All right, so maybe you're feeling a little bit of hesitation. You might be confused. Maybe you're feeling really gung ho and ready to move forward on your quest. Maybe you're questioning, is this the right thing for me? Welcome to day 2 of Expedition to Soul. It's totally normal and totally perfect for you to be feeling a little bit of hesitation. As I talked about yesterday, no great quest, no great quester just opens the door and it runs out on this journey. There are always bumps in the road, there's barriers, and there's the hesitation and the wondering, am I the right person for this? Whenever we sit down to investigate our soul selves, our higher selves, and hear what's going on within, some really scary stuff can come up for us. We can feel like we're not doing it right. We can feel like this is all very confusing and we're not sure what to do. We can feel like, maybe we don't have support of family and friends and no one understands what it is that we're trying to do. And so there must be something weird or unusual or wrong with what I'm doing. And those are feelings that many people feel, and you are not alone. If you're really excited and amped up and you're like, Sarah, I was born for this, that's amazing, and I hope that you bring that energy and that zest throughout the next 5-6 days of our quest time together. So let's move forward into day 2. Today I want you to consider taking some time and going to a quiet space to do some reflection around our quest. So like I said, I can't actually pick us all up and take us on a big quest through the mountains or on a journey across the ocean. So we are going to each take some time to find a clear, quiet space in our homes, or if you're able to, go somewhere, maybe a park, maybe a beach, wherever is in your local area, a quiet space to go. Now, if you're like me, you have a very busy, mundane muggle life that involves responsibilities and things that make it very hard to actually take some time for myself and take this quiet time. So the first thing I want you to do is reflect on what it took you to get to that place. If you just went to a quiet corner of your home for a little bit, or if you decide to actually leave your house and go somewhere, what did it take to make that happen? No quest comes without sacrifice. We find that we have to leave bits of us behind. We have to make hard choices. And on our quest to investigate our soul selves and see what it is that we need to hear and explore and know right now, we're going to have to carve out this time for ourselves. And like I said, I know how hard that is. I am not very great at doing that myself, full disclosure. So I want you to sit down and say, what were the barriers to me getting here? If you decide to stay right in your home space, what did you have to do to make that happen? What did you have to overcome? What was uncomfortable about that? If you leave your home and actually go somewhere, what did you do to make that happen? Did you have to jump through hoops? Were you able to easily do it? What did this look like, and what feelings and emotions did this bring up for you? Now, while you're in this space, I want you to take some time and think about what you would do, what you could do, where you would go if you did have the time and space and resources to go on a little pilgrimage. Now, a pilgrimage is a journey to a place of spiritual or sacred significance, sometimes of moral significance. We think of pilgrimages to great religious destinations, but a pilgrimage can be to your ancestral lands. It can be to the place where you were born. It can be any of these sort of spiritual, meaningful places for you. Now, again, if you're like me, it's not really in the cards for me to just decide I'm going to go on a pilgrimage to discover who I am. I have kids, I have work, I can't just get up and leave. But I might be able to squeeze in a mini pilgrimage to a place near me where I could do some thinking and some soul searching. So while you're in this space, you're in this quiet space that you made the time to get to, I also want you to consider, where could you go in your local space? So even after our 7-day quest is over, you have a plan in place to continue questing on your own. And you know that you can go somewhere to journey a little bit deeper, even if it's just down the road. So think for a moment, where could you go on a little mini pilgrimage? Whether it's a few hours, a half day, a couple of days, where can you go where you can really hear, you can explore, and maybe see things you haven't seen before? Write about that in your journal, take some notes, and really get to thinking on it. Now, we've covered two big things so far in today's portion of our quest. We've looked at what it took us to get here, we've created space for ourselves, and we have looked at where we might go in the future on a little mini pilgrimage after our 7 days is over. The next thing I want you to do is write a letter to your highest self. Open the doors for trust and love and support to come through to yourself. You can write to your own name, you can just write whatever comes to you, but support yourself, love yourself, and give yourself permission to trust yourself on this journey and know that you're in the right place at exactly the right time. If you want a little assistance in this and you're a person who loves tarot or oracle cards, we've even included a card spread for you in today's printable that you can find in your email, which might get the juices flowing and really get you thinking on this portion of our quest. So today, day 2 was all about questing a little bit, maybe within your home, maybe leaving your house, thinking grander about what could be the next experience on your personal quest, and also giving yourself permission to enjoy and receive as we move into day 3.